Welcome to Citizens Reunited to Overcome Cancer, a show to make your survivorship an easier journey by providing information and advocating for you. A show to help practitioners and their level of performance. This is the CROC Podcast. Here is your host, Dr. E. And alongside him to share some hope and inspiration from the Have Faith, Let It Begin podcast, co-host Angel Santana.
Welcome, everyone, to the CROC Podcast. CROC stands for Citizens Reunited to Overcome Cancer. I am your host. I am the founder of CROC, and I am Dr. Tommy Anelli, and I am honored that you are joining us today for our 4th of July podcast. Joining me, as always, my co-host, my partner in crime, Angel Santana. Angel, I took a 1 month break from podcasting to go walk the earth and try to find my inner purpose. And it's been a while, but I'm so excited to be here. I missed you, my friend. How are you?
You know, sometimes in the podcasting world, we need a break. And to come back on the 250th anniversary birthday of the United States of America, what better way than set off the firecracker of CROC Nation? Dr. E, I missed you too, buddy.
Well, let me tell you something. It's great to be back. And for all of our survivors out there, I missed you guys, and I really have something to say, so I'm going to get right to it. When you think about July 4th, what do we think about? So we think about celebration, right? We think about fireworks, and we think about flags and putting our flags outside of our house, and we think about barbecues and hot dogs and hamburgers, and we think about parades and fire trucks and all those amazing traditions of this great country. But of course, we realize that the 4th of July is really about independence, and it's about the birth of our nation. And we remember our American history. We remember what our forebears before we became independent had to deal with. They didn't have the right of freedom of speech. They did not have freedom of religion. They had taxation without representation. And they stood up. They stood up for independence. They wanted to be independent. They wanted a country where they could worship as they wished, and they could say what they had to say without any sort of threat or repercussions. And, you know, it's about the Boston Tea Party, and it's about Paul Revere's Midnight Ride, and it's about the American Revolution, and of course, it's about the Declaration of Independence. But today on the CROC Podcast, I want to declare a different kind of independence. I want to try to define an independence for our cancer survivors, because as we know, as we talk about every week on our CROC Podcast, we know that cancer threatens that traditional view of what independence really is in very personal ways. Cancer threatens the independence of our body. Suddenly, you feel that you're out of control. You feel betrayed. You feel that your own cells, your own tissues, your own blood, your own organs seem to be just basically rebelling against you. Cancer threatens the independence of our schedule. Your calendar, which was once full with work and family obligations and trips and dinners and hobbies, errands. Now your little iCal becomes filled with appointments and scans and blood work and biopsies and treatments and follow-ups. Cancer also threatens our financial independence. It threatens our emotional independence. It threatens the ability for us to make plans. Cancer threatens the ability to wake up and just assume that tomorrow will look like today. And it might look like yesterday, but it doesn't let us do that. Cancer threatens our very future. And most painfully, cancer threatens the independence of our identity. One day you wake up and you're a teacher, you're a firefighter, you're a grandma, you're a coach, you're a nurse, you're a banker, a mechanic, a mother, a husband, a friend, and then suddenly the world starts calling you a cancer patient. That is one of the cruelest things about this disease. It tries to confine a full human life to a diagnosis. Today, we will redefine what independence really is. Independence is the right to live with dignity, to make choices, and to be seen as a whole person. The survivors that I have met over the years refuse to be reduced to this definition. They may have cancer, but they are not cancer. They may be undergoing treatments, but they are not simply the treatments themselves. They might have a Mediport, a mask from radiation, scars from their surgery, feeding tubes, wigs, canes, walkers, or a stack of medical bills on their kitchen table, but they are still themselves. They are still the people who talk to me about the Yankees or the Mets, the Giants or the Jets, the Rangers, the Devils, the Knicks or the Nets. They are still the person who makes the best meatballs in their family. That is the kind of independence that I want to honor on this 4th of July. Because when the fireworks go off, I hope we do not only think about our national independence, I hope we also think about our personal independence. And for our survivors, this is independence from being defined by a disease. It's independence from shame. It's independence from silence. It's independence from the idea that asking for help is weakness. It's independence from the pressure to be positive every single moment. And it's the independence from the ridiculous expectation that a cancer patient has to be inspirational for everyone else, including themselves. Let me say this clearly. Cancer survivors do not owe the world constant positivity. They do not have to smile through every through every treatment. They do not have to be brave in the way other people demand. They do not have to make everyone else comfortable with their illness. Some days bravery is hope. Other days bravery is anger. Some days bravery is prayer. Other days bravery is exhaustion. Some days bravery is ringing the bell to signify the end of your treatment. But other days, bravery is simply showing up and saying, let's get this over with. And it all counts. The founders of this country did not know how the story would end when they declared their independence. They were stepping into uncertainty. They were risking everything based on a belief that the future could be different. Cancer survivors know something about that. They know about uncertainty. For them, every treatment is uncertain. Every scan is uncertain. Every blood test is uncertain. Every new ache, every cough, every result, every follow-up can bring back that little whisper of fear. And yet people, our survivors, keep living. They keep going to parties. They keep making plans. They keep loving their families. They keep paying bills, planting gardens, watching ball games, walking dogs, telling jokes, and arguing about what to order for dinner. That may sound ordinary, but it is not ordinary. It is magnificent. You are magnificent because you have become more alive and have developed a clarity you have never before experienced. You have stopped postponing love. You have stopped pretending small things are big things. You now forgive. You now make the trips that you ordinarily wouldn't make. You hold hands more. You notice the sunrises and the sunsets. You listen to the birds and the wind in the trees. And you understand maybe for the first time in your entire life that normal life was really never normal. It was precious. And that is a kind of independence too. The independence to decide for yourself what matters. The independence to stop living for nonsense. The independence to say, this is my life. And even if I cannot control everything, I could still choose the narrative of how I live that life and how I want that life to be remembered. And I want it to be remembered truthfully. The greatest independence we can offer our survivors is permission to tell the truth. Not the polished truth, not the truth we want to hear, not the inspirational poster truth, the real truth. I am grateful, but I'm scared. I am in remission, but I do not feel normal. I survived, but I am grieving the person I was before cancer. I am alive, but I need help learning how to live with what happened to me. There is tremendous dignity in that honesty. And for the people listening who are going through cancer right now, I want you to hear this. You are allowed to have complicated feelings. You can be grateful and you can be angry, hopeful, terrified, strong, exhausted, faithful, and doubtful, all at the same time. That does not make you weak. It makes you a fighter. You are fighting for birthdays, vacations, anniversaries, Sunday dinners, first steps of your children or grandchildren, last conversations, quiet mornings, or just an ordinary day. You're fighting for life, and life in all of its messy, beautiful, fragile glory. So this 4th of July, when you see the fireworks, maybe think about the people whose courage does not explode in the sky, but burns quietly every day. That is the message that Angel and I want to leave you with today. The 4th of July reminds us that courage can change history. Cancer survivors remind us that courage can change a single day. And sometimes changing just a single day is everything. To every cancer survivor listening, I honor you. To every patient in treatment, I see you. To every family grieving someone they loved, their courage still matters. Their life still matters. Their memory still lights the sky. And to all of us, may this 4th of July be more than fireworks. May it be a reminder to cherish independence, to protect dignity, to love loudly, to forgive quickly, to show up for one another, and to never underestimate the quiet bravery of ordinary people facing extraordinary things. On behalf of Angel and the entire CROC Board of Directors, I want to wish each and every one of you listening today a long, healthy, happy, and cancer-free life. God bless you. God be with you. Peace.
Hey, Croc Nation, if today's message inspired you, please subscribe, download, and share this episode with your friends or someone who you believe needs it. Visit us at crocvip.com to connect, learn, and join the fight. Let's spread hope, one story at a time. Until next time, remember, we are not just a podcast, we are a movement.